fought nobody either, though. He never.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, he happy. He never fought nobody. He never fought nobody that make him, have to fight. Who did he fight to make him have to fight? They were just talking about. I heard YSM and they dined this out. They talking about Uber drivers. Thomas Delorme was literally an Uber driver. That was according to YSM. To what the Thomas Delorme was literally an Uber driver. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? David Avenesia was a step in for Cody Crowley, a month step in that had just got knocked out by Terrence Crawford. Like, I mean, again, it gives me such a headache. It gives me such a headache because you can't even get a person to admit what they're looking at and what happened. You can't even get them to admit. You can't even get them to admit there's daylight outside no more. They just won't admit the truth. They're gonna start talking about other stuff.
I hear you. In other news, though, uh, what do you think about Erickson Lubin and Virgil Ortiz?
Man, now we talking. That's how you make good fights. I'm glad they're making good fights. I like good fights. From even the board truck and the Brandon Adams, and a fight that that the board truck got, he lost before, he coming back to a fight that you don't know who the winner is gonna be is what we want to see. A fight like Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, the fighter that you don't know for a fact, the two undefeated fighters, two good fighters, two young fighters, a fighter that's on paper 50-50, that you know what I'm saying, that you don't know who's gonna win. Those are the type of fights the fans need to see. Stop looking for somebody with a 14-1 record and a guy 30-something record. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. You feel me? Yoannis Tellis and the guy he just fought. You know what I mean? That was good on that part. You feel me? And you see what happened with that. It was a 50-50 fight. Nobody even knew it was a 50-50 fight because they didn't know the other guy. And the other guy won. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I like J-Rock. My son sparred J-Rock. We was up there with J-Rock. J-Rock, cool dude, cool guy. But we seen the decline of J-Rock. We watched it. And I came on here on your show and I said I hated to see it. I know you may not remember that, but I said that. I said, man, I hated to see him go out like that. I said it on this.
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah. I said it. I said it on this one right here. You feel what I'm saying? Get her, baby. Get her. Stay out here. But yeah, I said it on this right here. I said, but I hated to see him go out like that. And he's a Philly nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't want to see him lose. I don't want to see him down. I don't want to see nobody go out like that. You feel what I'm saying? These guys are warriors. This is what they do for life. And I know how it is because I experienced this. I can tell you as a boxer and putting your life into it. Thank God I had a real job and a real career and I was already doing something else. But I know how it is to see that life come to an end. That is not a good feeling. To see your boxing career that you wanted to do, had dreams to do all your life come to an end. I know none of these fans go understand that. That's a hard thing. That's a hard pill to swallow. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I came on here with after the J-Rock situation. I try to have empathy for the fighters. And I'm like, damn, bro, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over with because just like that it's on and then it's off. You know what I'm saying? That's, that's what I'm saying. It's a good fight. I don't know. Because I don't think Virgil. I think with Boychuk. I'm not one of the eye test people. I'm not one of them people. But all you can go off of what you see, right? So with a Boychuk, we know how good he looked against not Boychuk. With Virgil, we saw how he looked against Boychuk, but Boychuk was literally nobody until Virgil fought him. Now all of a sudden he looks like a badass or whatever else because Virgil bought him and he fought him, he dropped him twice, et cetera, et cetera. Lubin, he arguably lost to Jesus Ramos. You feel what I'm saying? It's just styles make fights, man. It's just a 50-50 fight. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue who's gonna win that fight. I would have to say to me, and I don't be wanting to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because I know fighters, outside, but I would have to go with just from looking at their performances last, I'm gonna have to go with Virgil because I don't think that Lubin looked good in his last fight. I don't think he looked good at all. You know what I'm saying? But he won. He won. Some people say don't. Some people don't think he won, but he won. And Next time he can come back and fix what he messed up, and he could look like he could be on the money that day. Fighters have bad days. That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like Virgil and his team didn't want to fight the IBF champion?
Obama, nobody. You heard what Turkey said. See, and that's another thing. I think that I think they got. I think if you go try to push yourself off to be a top guy, you got to be willing to take those challenges. That's on anybody in. The man with the money, the man trying to make the fights, just told y'all that the man who beat Tim Tszyu, and we know Tim Tszyu is not that good now. You know what I'm saying? The man that destroyed Tim Tszyu the first at that time, and he looks like a killer. He's the most feared man in boxing after coming out of literally nowhere. The next fight, he could look like trash. You saw what Martin Bakoli looked like after he did what he did to Jared Anderson. Ever since then, he hasn't looked the same. People get so caught up on the BS, man. They get caught up on what they see, and this is what it is. No, and they swear they know boxing. Okay, and they swear they know boxing. He was talking real, yeah. He was talking real big, and I was giving him all the props in the world. If he had took that fight, I think it's boxing is a business. We always say that. I think that for legacy, he should have took the fight if he really thought he could beat him. But I think for finances, Virgil was just a much better fight. It was a much more lucrative fight. So of course you want to get if you're gonna do the same job, of course you want to get them paid the most money for the job you're doing. Bakhram, but I think that everybody else dug Bakhram too. So I don't think you just put that. You don't think you just go to make that one way. Everybody at 154, there's somebody right now. Apparently you got Turkey Al Sheet, who when money is not the issue, saying we can't get this guy a fight. So apparently everybody dug Bakhram. So that means anybody associated with Turkey Al Sheet at 154 that spoke to Turkey Al Sheet, I'm sure they was offered Bakhram and they turned it down. You know what I'm saying? So if he ducked it, a whole lot of other people ducked it too. So first of all, Boychuk was just nobody before he did what he did to Virgil Ortiz. Then Boychuk came back and he lost to uh, Mike Fox. I don't care what they say on the call. He lost. I know about that. Yeah. Boychuk saying he didn't get an offer, but at the same time, I think the manager's saying that he got it and it was a bigger fight. I mean, we're talking about fighting on a main event, or you want to get on Bud Canelo undercard. Come on, bro. That's a no brainer.